Here's what you need to know if you're nervous about your wages being garnished because your student loans may be in default. I'm going to give you a brief overview, but if you want to do the research and the reading yourself, here are the websites. I would start with this NPR article, and I would go to the U.S. Department of Education and read this one. This is a good one to read as well. Okay, but first off, if you are nervous about your wages being garnished, you likely have nothing to worry about until July 1st, and here's why. The Biden-Harris administration had paused payments because of COVID, you know what I mean? And they were trying to figure out student loan forgiveness. Now that pause stopped on October 1st of 2024. Now, after 90 days of not making payments, the lack of payments will then be recorded to the credit bureaus. It's 3 months, which takes us to January 1st. Now, after 270 days, if you haven't made a payment or enrolled in an IDR, deferment, or forbearance, that is when your student loans go into default, and that is when they can begin doing collections on you, garnishing your wages. 270 days is 9 months: October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, which means that you have until the end of June to get your shit together. The other thing I would recommend that you do is that because they're budget cuts, common trend, student loans may no longer be managed by the Department of U.S. Education. They may be managed by the U.S. Small Business Administration, the SBA. We already know that the DOE budget has been cut, and if it moves to the SBA, that is just going to make things more complicated. And like if anything goes wrong, guess who's going to be paying more money? You. So again, get your ducks in order as soon as possible before things get any more complicated than they already are. And find an option that works best for you and your budget for as long as possible. You don't want to come back 6 months later and then be in the middle of the handoff from the DOE to the SBA. A little bit of good news is that the IDRs, the income-driven repayment plans, are back open and you can apply to those again and get that sorted out. I don't know if anybody has been trying to apply to one for the next 6 months. I definitely have, and it wasn't working. But now they're back open, and because they're back open, you can re-enroll in the income-driven repayment plan. So if you don't qualify for deferment or forbearance, again, I have a video on my profile on how to apply for those. Go to that IDR and apply for one of those. This is just something to be aware of and cautious of if you have enrolled in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. As it currently stands, this program is not changing, but if the nonprofit that you work for has anything to do with EDI, girl, get ready. There's another long list of qualifications, but the Trump administration, if it has anything to do with equity, diversity, and inclusion, they're probably coming for it. You do not want to be caught off guard, so get ahead of this while you can. Outside of that, we just know that this administration is trying to make everybody anxious and confused, so I'm hoping that this helped you a little bit. If it did, let me know what helped in the comment section. Let me know if you have any more questions, and share this video with a friend.